All right, today we are going to be doing our first Google Sheets. So you're going to want to open up the pizza party budget, and then as normal, you'll see your little starting Google Sheet over here. All right, so once you get it open, you'll see all of the information we need here. So here is all of our data to put into our spreadsheet, and then another project portion that's kind of giving us the instructions for what is it that they need me to do. So the first one is number one, recreate the chart and add a column for how many of each item to buy. So a little bit of a refresher here for Google Sheets. All of the columns are labeled with letters. The rows are numbers. And so if I'm clicked here, I'm in what's called cell B2. And I can see that because they're both highlighted here. So we're going to start actually by being in A1 and just kind of bring over the same chart data they have. So A1, I'm going to type item, B1 quantity, C1 cost, and then D1 how many. So that's just getting our chart set up so we can input our data. So you might want to pause this video throughout just as you get things typed and can be referring back to mine. So data, it's all coming from here. So we're going to start in A2. And I think it's easiest to input data as you go down. So we're just going to put in all of our items first. So A2 would be pizza, A3, paper plates, A4, napkins, A5 is cups, A6 is water, and A7 is trash bags. So like I said, I'm just bringing over the same information into where we can do some manipulating. Quantity, same thing. I'm just going to bring over the numbers. We're just going to put in the numbers and not say slices, plates, etc. So pizza will say 8 in cell B2. B3 will say 24. B4 is 50. B5 is 16. B6 is 64, and B7 is 12. Then same thing with our cost, we're just going to type in the number, and then it should already be formatted. It'll change it automatically to the dollars for you. So I'm just typing in 5 and pressing enter, and then it converts it to dollars. Then 4, then 7, then 3, then 10. All right, so that was kind of step one. Now, step two, figure out how many of each item is needed, and then we're going to add that here. So now we have to do actually some calculating to figure out, well, how many do we need to get for this pizza party? So in our problem over here, it said that we have a class of 21 that we are planning the pizza party for. So we're going to click in D2, and we're going to assume for our pizza party, you all aren't very hungry, so you're just getting one slice of pizza. So knowing that each pizza has 8 slices, if I just kind of do some basic math, I could say, okay, 8 plus 8 is 16. That's not enough. 8 plus 8 plus 8, oh, that's 24. So that's 3 pizzas. So that would make it so everybody can get one slice. And then I think actually yours might have, hopefully did not change it to anything other than the number. All right. Paper plates. Okay, so we have 21 students. There's 24 plates. It means we would only need to buy one package. Napkins, same thing. There's more than enough for our class, so we'll buy one package. Cups, there's 16. That's not enough, but we know if we buy 2 packages, that would definitely get us to 21 cups. And then water. Water is a little more complicated. So when water, it has 64 ounces. So that's a pretty big sized jug of water. So everybody wouldn't need their own. And so I would recommend like probably a normal cup size. We're going to give somebody 8 ounces of water. So if I just once again kind of do my math with multiplying, since we're kind of still learning our division. So I know That 8 plus 8 is 16. Add 8 more, that's 24. Add 8 more, and that is 32. Okay, and so that's half of our number at 4. So I'm just going to double that, so I can get 8 cups of water from 1 jug of water that we're going to purchase. So if I can get 8 cups out of it, 8 plus 8 is 16. That's not enough. So then I know, oh, we're going to need 3 jugs of water as well. And then finally with the trash bags, there's 12 in a package, but we have 21 students in our class. But probably everybody does not need their own trash bags. So we're going to say 1 package of trash bags should be enough. All right, so step 2 is done. So now we need to do step 3. Calculate the total cost of everything needed for the party. So first off, we're gonna have to move this out of our way so we have room. So I'm just clicking anywhere on it. It's an image just like in a Google Doc or anything like that. And then I'm going to just click and drag and hold it and just move it over 1 column. So then I'm able to do some math. So one of the nice things about Google Sheets is we can have it do math for us. I don't need a calculator. I don't have to try and do things in my head or on paper. We can tell it what to do. So there's 2 different ways we can tell it how to do our math. So we'll do the first one first, and any time you're having it do math, we start with our equal sign. So I'm in E2 and I'm going to say equals. And so remember, we're wanting to get that cost. So for this problem, it's 14. And then we need it to multiply. So for Google Sheets and for computers, multiply is the asterisk. That's the little star that's on the 8 key. So I'm going to hold down my shift and press 8 to get the asterisk. And then for this example, under there you should see 3. So I'm going to type 3 and then press enter. Okay, so this is formatted as percents for some reason. So I'm just going to click back in E2, come up here to my menu bar and simply press the $sign. So then I see, okay, those pizzas it's going to cost me $42. All right, then we're going to come down to E3, and we're going to learn the second way that we can enter math problems. So I know this one we could probably all do in our head because it's just 5 times 1, but I want to teach you like how the computer can do it for us, because sometimes our math is more difficult than that. So we start out with the equals. And then for this one, I'm going to actually click into what I want it to do for the math. So I'm going to click in this cell. So I clicked in C3, then we're multiplying. So I'm doing my shift 8 again to get the asterisk. And then I want to multiply by the number of paper plates we needed to buy. So I'm just going to click in D1 or D3, I mean. And so you see that's in our cell. I'm going to press enter. It did the percent again. So I'm just going to click back in E3 and change it to the $sign. Okay, so those are the 2 different ways that you can do it. So if you want to work through that manually, or a shortcut is I'm clicked in that $5. If you come to this little circle, you can also drag down to fill in the formulas. So once you have all of that done, you can go back into Google Classroom and turn in the assignment.